Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my skincare routine, what I have been consistently using, as well as some new little finds that I've recently discovered. So let's get started with removing this makeup. As you can see, it is a fairly large amount of makeup. Now, I find the best way to really remove makeup is by using a makeup remover prior to using a cleanser, which may sound obvious, but not a lot of people do that purely down to time. But if you use a makeup remover, whether it's an oil, a balm, or I don't know, a milk, it will really make a difference to your skin. Now at the moment I am using the Clinique Take the Day Off cleansing oil. Now I did an Instagram post about this yesterday, so to be brutally honest with you, I have owned this for one day, but I can already tell you I love it. First of all, it's fragrance free, so it doesn't have a strong, irritating, overpowering fragrance. And it just, like an oil would, gets rid of all traces of makeup. So whether that be waterproof mascara, long-lasting lipstick, whether you have a very thick oil-free foundation on, it's just going to get rid of it hassle-free without having to rub and aggravate your skin. So I really like that, and honestly I do recommend the whole of the Clinique Take the Day Off range, because a lot of them are fragrance free, or all of their range is fragrance free in the Take the Day Off range, and it just makes taking your makeup off super easy. I also recommend the balm that comes in the kind of pot, as you will. That's a great product as well. So I have been using this at the moment, and I would honestly say it's the best thing that I've tried in terms of makeup removing. Now, when it comes to that pesky kind of liner that's inside your tie line, you don't want to kind of use anything that's meant for that whole face area, around that area. So I kind of just use a face wipe. I know face wipes are bad, but if I'm just using it a little bit inside the eye and I'm not tugging around the eye, I think that's okay, right? So that is what I do. I just use like an what's it called? Let me get it for you. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I use the Neutrogena makeup removers, just these ones here. I've honestly tried to resort to the genetic store brands, such as maybe like Boot Zone or CVS or Dwayne Reed, but these have always worked out for me in terms of removing that stubborn kind of makeup, anything waterproof that you don't want to really go in with a cleanser, because I wear contact lenses and I have to be very careful as to what I get on them, because as you know, it doesn't come off once you get oil on your contact lenses. So next up we have the cleanser. Like I said before, makeup remover, cleanser, or you could normally double cleanse, whatever you like, I recommend. So last time I was in England in February, I picked up the Vichy Thermale cleanser, I guess, one-step cleanser, and I actually purchased this when I was reading a review on Paula's Choice, beautypedia.com, in case you don't know. She talks about ingredients and just really talks about the best products, even if they're, you know, from the lower end of the range to the higher end of the range. She has you covered. She's really good. So I bought this on a recommendation of hers, and I'm pretty happy with it. I do think that French brands are the best when it comes to cleansing, because a lot of their products are formulated towards extremely sensitive skin. So kind of sensitive and formulated in regards to that. Most of them are kind of formulated for babies, so it makes it really good to use as a cleanser. So, I mean, this is kind of a milky cleanser. It says it's a cleansing milk toner and eye makeup remover, but I just use it as a cleanser. It doesn't have a strong fragrance. Well, I don't know. It does have a fragrance, but it's not like an overpowering fragrance, and I find this easy to remove. It doesn't leave any residue on my face, and I really do like it. So if you're kind of looking for a cleanser that's gentle, because I think the number one thing people get wrong with cleansers is to use something that's too harsh, that removes the makeup, but not only does it remove the makeup, but it takes kind of that kind of natural oil off your face, and then you feel like you need to desperately use a moisturiser. Then what you do is you slather your face with moisturiser, and you're kind of not really treating the source of the problem. It's same with conditioners and shampoos. You clean your hair out so harshly that you need that conditioner, and then it's kind of a vicious cycle. So when it comes to cleansers, I like to look for something that's just going to remove the makeup effectively, not leave any residue on my face, oily residue, and also Something that's just going to be gentle. I don't want it to treat the skin, I don't want it to exfoliate the skin, I just want it to, you know, take off that makeup. Now sometimes if I'm having a little bit of a pamper night, I do like to use my BALM cleanser. A lot of people say blah 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 blah, it has mineral oil in it. There's so many different grades of mineral oil, as Lisa Eldridge says, and you know, I know it's not a great ingredient, but it's not like the cheapest thing to use. And like I said, there are different qualities of it. But also, if you don't have oily skin, don't be that afraid of it, because I know it tends to clog the pores if you don't wash it off. But if you have dry skin, it's not really going to do that much for you, because you're not prone to breakouts from it clogging the pores, if that makes sense. And what I love about this, if you feel like you've been out in the pollution, you've been out in the city, you feel like you've had this horrible layer of makeup on all day, I like to rub this all over my face and kind of leave it on for a bit as kind of like a moisturising mask to bring my skin back to its natural form, if that makes sense. You'll know what I mean if you've used this before. And then I just like to, you know, do a little bit of facial massage, just rub it off. And it's just a one-step makeup remover cleanser that I do about twice a week now as a little indulgent thing, because let's face it, the BALM cleansers are pricey and this is the smallest one. And I really do, honestly, hand on my heart, like this product, but not for everyday use, I will say that. Okay, so once my face is all super duper clean, I like to do a little pointless step in my routine. I wouldn't call it pointless, but you know, those little gimmicky things that you do to make yourself feel good. It's not necessarily essential, but it helps you kind of relax, and you know what I mean. If you're into beauty products, you probably do the same thing too. I use the Tata Harper Hydrating Floral Essence. And this is like a spray-on toner, kind of like the whole Eau de Lis beauty elixir thing. The thing I will say about these products is that they have a lot of essential oils and kind of plant extracts, which can be potentially irritating for very sensitive skin. So if you have very sensitive skin, stay away from this. But if you have normal, kind of, you don't notice any reactions to things with strong fragrances, whether they're natural or synthetic, you know, you could use something like this. I'm going to spray a little bit now. And this has hyaluronic acid in it, so it helps kind of plump up the moisture levels of your skin. But apart from that, it doesn't really do a whole lot. So this is kind of like an optional step, whether you love skincare, you love the whole routine of it, maybe it'll be good to invest in one of these. Moving on to serums. Now serums, as you know, are the kind of the treatment section of skincare. So if you have dryness, you're worried about anti-aging, you want more antioxidants, vitamins, whatever, this is where you're going to get it from. Now, when I was working at Space NK a couple of months ago, and I bumped into a lot of subscribers, so hello to you if you're watching right now, I discovered the brand Bakel. Now, Bakel is an Italian brand. It's kind of hard to get hold of. It's only available on spacenk.com and also the Bakel website. And what I love about this brand is that they only include the active ingredients. So any of those fillers that you see in other products, you know how the ingredients list are normally thousands of words long and half of them you can't even read. So this product actually has two ingredients. It has water, which is also named aqua, and it also has hyaluronic acid as well. So it literally just has two ingredients that it needs to have. It doesn't have any of these pointless ingredients that you don't need. And they're a really good price point. They're like $150 for a serum, which for me, purchasing skincare that's extremely expensive, for me that's a good kind of medium price point. And what I love about this, because at the moment I'm not using an eye cream, and honestly, I don't know about eye creams, I'm just on the fence about eye creams. I've never found a great eye cream. At the moment I'm testing out Clinique All About Eyes, which I quite like. But I don't think it's a necessary step unless you are dying to, I don't know, try something just to really, you know, target crow's feet or something like that. But what I love about these serums, they all can be used on the face and eye. So I just like to put a little bit around my eye, and it just kind of soaks up that dehydration, because really what wrinkles are cracks in the skin, and as they are a process of aging, they can also be sped up by dry skin. That's why people with oily skin kind of age a little bit better than people with dry skin, i.e. me, which scares me a lot. So I've been using the Deep Hydration Serum, love this. I also have the antioxidant one, but I'm not going to talk about that because I haven't tried that a bunch. But I do recommend these. They have one for every single problem you can think of: brightening, the antioxidant, anti-aging. It's amazing. So this is honestly one of the nicest serums I've found. If you want to try something that's a little bit easier to get hold of, I do recommend the Kate Somerville Quench Serum, which is incredible. I love that serum if you have dry skin, you want to try something else. I would also recommend this for anyone out there that has acne prone skin that suffers from dryness. So whether you're using a treatment or something, an Accutane that's drying your skin out, whether you're using those overnight kind of spot treatments that really do pull out all the moisture of the skin, something like this that's very light, dries super fast, it's not greasy, I would definitely recommend for you. So moving on to moisturisers, I have a couple of moisturisers. I have an oil and 2 moisturisers that I've been using kind of on and off consistently throughout this month. The first one I mentioned in my last skincare video, and this was also a discovery from Space & K when I worked there. This is the brand Burki, and this is her Vitamin C Intensive Day Cream. This is such a wonderful product, whether you're interested in anti-aging or whether you just want a ton of great ingredients that will really change your skin. This one has a stable form of vitamin C, so it's not going to break down in the sunlight or become inactive due to the non-opaque packaging. And I actually tried half of this on my face when I first was getting sold it, and I always get dry around here, and obviously these kind of lines here, and I applied it and it just plumped up that area, gives you a gorgeous glow. If you're interested in kind of evening out the skin after summer, whether you are potentially used to getting those little dark spots, it's going to help your skin even out, and it just gives you this instant feeling of like moisture, almost like you've just drank a glass of water for your face. So I really love this, and it's organic, and it's actually, normally like a lot of products are made from, the base of the product is water. This one is kind of a 5 blend of like herbal teas, so you can really smell the ingredients, and it's kind of like a little experience every morning. And since I'm really into beauty products and skincare, I really do factor in everything from the smell to the feel, the ingredients, everything about it. And this is one of my favourite moisturisers I've ever used, and I think I will use this for as long as I can, as long as I don't discontinue it. So I really do recommend this if you're just looking for a moisturiser but you're not really sure like what you want it to do. And I'm at that age where I'm not looking for like a super strong like Nourishing or, you know, Revive anti-aging resurfacing moisturiser. I just want a good moisturising moisturiser, and I have honestly found it. Since the winter is like hit me in the face and it's just so freaking dry outside, I've been using my favourite oil paired with this moisturiser, or I'll just use this one at night. This is the Fresh Seaberry Moisturising Oil, and this is one of the best oils I've ever tried. I've tried the Sunday Riley, I've tried all that other stuff, and some of those just don't seem to have the same, what's the word, kind of essential fatty acids that cling onto your skin as much as this one does. And I've honestly just keep repurchasing the travel size just because it's kind of expensive, and you know how things get, you just want the little mini one just because it's that little bit cuter. So like I said, this one is full of essential fatty acids. It really does nourish the skin. It doesn't feel oily, surprisingly, so if you're one of those people that hate the feeling of a really, really oily oil, as crazy as that sounds, it doesn't feel like that. It also has vitamin E to slightly repair the skin, and I just think you can't go wrong with this. And it also has a real nice smell to it. It just smells like licorice. It just smells like a real warm kind of wintry smell. Okay, I'm going to stop trying to describe the smell of an oil now because it's kind of a bit embarrassing. But yeah, I 100% recommend this to mix in with your moisturiser or to use alone at night. Now finally, my last discovery. This isn't my most recent discovery, but this is something that I've been kind of dabbling in that I do like to use. This is the Bakel Nutrifill, and this is their moisturiser. Let me first off start by saying I love the packaging. It's great you don't have to dip your fingers in it, you know, kind of just a little pump. And most of Bakel products, like I mentioned earlier, can be used day or night, and for the face or eye area. So it's really going to stop you from buying another product just for your eyes or another night cream, because there's really not a difference between a night cream and a day cream, other than that you would have retinol in to use at night, or whether it would have an SPF or not. So you really can use your day products in the night time, whatever you like, cater it to what you want to do with your skin. So this one's a Nutrifill. Like I said, it doesn't have any non-active ingredients. This moisturises your skin deep down. It has a ton of kind of lightening and brightening ingredients. It also helps fighting against free radical damage from the environment, lights, the sun, whatever you want to say that contributes to aging, but it helps reverse those effects. So it's kind of like an anti-aging but moisturising cream. One thing I will say about this is that it has this weird feeling, like when you put it on, it kind of sets on your face. You don't get that soft, subtle moisturiser. It's almost like the moisture's locked in. I'm not really sure why that is, or what ingredient makes it feel that way, but it definitely feels like the moisture's there all day, but it just feels a little bit tight once it dries. But other than that, I just love this product. These two together, depending on how I feel, like if I feel like I'm super dry, I'll use this, but whether I just want a little bit of kind of correcting on the dryness areas, or whether I just want just a little bit more anti-aging ingredients, I will use this one. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. If you're looking to purchase any new skin products, or whether you want to put it on your Christmas list if it's not too late. I love skincare. I've always loved skincare. Skincare to me is more important than makeup and covering your face. You know, if you have blemishes, I think it's important to target and treat your skin and use products consistently, because it's really hard to use products consistently if you love beauty products, because if you get sent loads of stuff, or whether you're just an impulse shopper, you need to really stick to a regime and see how it works for you. And then if something's not working, like the less products you use, the more you can tell what's not working. Take away a product and add another product, and then soon you'll have like a perfect routine that you can do. But yeah, definitely check out the brand Bakel, because I've recommended it to a lot of my clients that have oilier or acne prone skin that want a good kind of moisturising serum. They love it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and it's great talking to you. And if I don't, hopefully I'll make a video before Christmas, because that would be really not great of me. But I'm going back to England for Christmas for 2 weeks with my husband. I'm so excited. So I think, well, I've asked for a Christmas for camera. I've asked for a camera for Christmas, so I'm going to do a little bit of vlogging, and with the help of Jack, of course, just a little Christmas vlog, so I can look back at it when I'm home, when I'm back here in New York, and I won't feel sad, you know, coming back, seeing all my family, and then having to leave again. I know, it's hard, isn't it? Okay, so I will see you soon, and have a great day. Bye!